Hey there guys, hope you guys are having a great day today, and I just want to quickly give you a heads up when it comes to this figure I'm about to review. It's made by a company called Mustang Toyz, and basically it's a KO of the Figuarts Cyclops from the Gamerverse line. And basically what happened is that at the factory they were having some production issues, and because of it they actually delayed the figure. Now they did say that they fixed them, but my figure has some issues, so yeah, so I don't know how much of a difference that actually made. However, they did say that because of the production issues that they had with the factory, they actually went to a different factory for their next figure, for their Spider-Man. You know, the KO for the Gamerverse Spider-Man. So I don't know how much of a difference that's gonna make. Hopefully, let's hope that it does a major difference, because I really want that figure to be good. But when it comes to the Cyclops, well, I'm about to show you right now anyway. And here it is, and the figure comes in this generic brown box with the word Cyclops in the middle. And basically I got my figure at the Salix Wholesale toy store, and I highly recommend that place. They actually talk to some YouTubers, or some reviewers I mean, letting them know about upcoming releases. So they're definitely a bit more on the trustworthy side when it comes to making sure you're getting the correct figure. Because after all, this is a KO, a knockoff. And unfortunately, you know, sometimes there are other companies making their own knockoffs, and if you're not careful, you know, you might buy a KO from a different company and not even realize that it's a worse version. However, with this figure, there is some issues that I'm about to show you. Alright, now let me show you what's inside the box. And as you can see, here's the figure itself. And I gotta say, when it comes to the black defect piece, those are easily the best thing to come out of this figure. Now, don't get me wrong, this figure, it's not like a horrible KO or anything, but these glass effect pieces are like easily the best thing in the package. See, you got some alternate hands right here. You get these alternate necks. You got these alternate heads with the laser. You also get this little peg to make the figure taller. You also get the alternate piece right here. And here he is, the KO of Cyclops. Now, one more thing, I do not have the original figure, and unfortunately, I don't think I need to. I need to have it to show you that this is a fake. Basically, the noticeable thing that you'll see with this figure is that the plastic is much rougher, and the paintwork is not as good. For example, if you look right here, they did a terrible job painting this band right here. You can pretty much just see the blue just leaking in, and it's pretty bad. And then if you look here in the back, I don't know how well you'll be able to see this on camera, but there is like something with the plastic. It's like it's all scuffed up. It looks kind of damaged, so that's pretty unfortunate. And like you even see some damages down here. And it's like you pretty much throughout the whole figure, it just looks like way rougher. So you pretty much will be able to tell that this is a KO and not the original figure. And there's like way more, like the more you look at it, the more things you're gonna find. Like you can see like some damages right here, there's some damage right over here. Yeah, like the plastic, the quality on the plastic unfortunately isn't very good. Like you just pretty much see imperfections everywhere you look. And while it is nice that this figure actually does have shading, like there is actually shading throughout the body, which is really nice. However, the figure is very glossy, and when you take into account all the roughness and like the damages that you see throughout the figure, it's like unfortunately this figure is a little bit of a letdown. And as I stated earlier, because of how sloppy the paint can be in certain areas, you pretty much see it right here. Like you can pretty much see like the blue just leaking through the yellowy orange paint. Like you can pretty much see it leaking everywhere, like here as well. Yeah, they did not do a good job. The paintwork on this figure is very disappointing, unfortunately. Now, when it comes to the heads, they did a terrible job painting them. When you see with the blue paint on the face, and you can definitely see on this side right here where it just goes all the way up there. And as you can see, there's even some flesh showing over here at the side. They really did a terrible job putting that blue paint right there. And unfortunately, pretty much all the heads have some level of issue to this. Now, this one right here, this is the screaming one, and this one is easily the worst one. Then you got this one right here, which is the angry one. And it's the same thing. Like you can see there's blue paint where there's not supposed to be, which is pretty unfortunate. And this side, even on this side, like it looks a little bit off. Now the best one, or the best one for me anyway, is the neutral one. This one looks more on point than the other two, but it's still not perfect. Like you can see there's blue paint right here where there's not supposed to be. So that's pretty bad. And here is the neutral head with the visor and hair, and the hair actually looks alright, but the visor, however, just like the rest of the body, you can tell how scuffed it is. You see the imperfections in multiple areas. And again, keep in mind that this is the head that came out the best. And again, like you can literally see how much it just goes over where it's not supposed to be. So that's pretty bad. Damn, I'm really disappointed, to be honest. Now, when it comes to the blast effect piece, as I stated earlier, this is actually pretty cool. They actually did a good job with this. It feels pretty nice. And of course, you got the white paint throughout it, so it's not just plain, so it looks pretty good. However, when it comes to my figure, check this out. If I put it through here, it can hold fine if you just look forward, but if you look down, it pretty much falls down. It will not stay in there if you try to make the character look down, so that's pretty disappointing. As you can see, it just will not stay in there. However, even though I did say that this is like the best thing in the figure, it's still not perfect. Like for example, there is like a little bit of like plastic damage right here, so that's pretty much unfortunate. Now when it comes to the alternate blast effect piece, this one's actually a lot better. Check it out, it actually stays in there even when it's looking down, so this one is definitely the better one. But just like the other one, there is some plastic imperfections, like you can see a little bit of damage right here. But it's really minor, honestly. But I do like it. They actually do got a little bit of white paint, so that's pretty nice. So this is definitely the better accessory with the figure. And then here's the final visor piece. This one has this little bit of red just like seeping through his eyes. And honestly, it's pretty meh. Like that's pretty much how I feel about this accessory. And just to show you how unrefined the plastic is, if you look around the ear, there's like a little bit of excess plastic right there. Now granted, I can easily fix that myself, it just needs a little bit of a cut, but still, that's just how unprofessionally this figure is made. Even the neck piece, I don't know how well you'll be able to see it on camera, but there's like cuts throughout the neck. It literally looks like someone just like scraped it with like a razor blade. And you kind of see stuff like that on the body too, just randomly throughout the body. You kind of see like these little like scrapes, like someone just went at it with like a razor blade, which is really unfortunate. And here is the default neck that the figure comes with. And then you also got the alternate one. This one is a little bit longer and it goes up. Then you got the final alternate neck piece, and this one has it more like leaning forward. But just like the default one, they're all pretty scuffed up, but at the very least they do have some shading, but that's about it. Now by default the figure comes with a pair of fists, and you do get these 4 alternate hands right here. Now you're probably wondering, why is there 1 pair missing? Well, the main reason is because they actually gave me 2 of the same hand right here. They gave me 2 left hands, so that's pretty unfortunate. As you can see right here, I got 2 left hands with this one right here. So they forgot to give me the one correct right hand. So let's go over this again. You got the really rough and ugly plastic. You got the fact that the figure is rather glossy. You also got the fact that the paintwork is terrible in certain areas. Now keep in mind, this figure right now, if you get it at the Salix store, basically it's like 38 bucks right now. And honestly, for 38 bucks, I do not recommend getting this figure. If for whatever reason you still want to get this, I say add it to your wish list, and hopefully, you know, when it goes on sale, you know, because personally I say that this figure is not worth 38. Like honestly, like if you really wanted to have it regardless, I say wait until it's like 25 at least. And for anybody wondering how he scales next to a Marvel Legends, here is Mustang Toyz KO of Cyclops. And then here is my Marvel Legends Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man. And height-wise, they appear to be roughly the same. I think Cyclops is like slightly smaller, but again, they're pretty close. Now, when it comes to the articulation, the figure can look up this much. He can look down this much as well. Although just be aware that the neck and, well, the pegs for the neck and the head are actually a bit loose. They come off pretty easily. The same thing goes for the butterfly joints. They work pretty well. However, just like the pegs for the neck, if you're not careful, they can easily just pop out. But they do pop in back really easily, so not that big of a deal. He does have a ball joint for the stomach and chest. But just be aware this strap thing does get in the way a little bit. But luckily this strap thing is a completely separate piece, as you can see. The arm can bend this much. The leg can kick up this much. This is how much the leg can bend. He does have a thigh rotation. And he does have a toe articulation as well. And when it comes to moving his legs forward and backward, that's about as well as they go. He can also do the perfect splits. Now, what are my overall thoughts on this figure? Well, personally, I would not recommend you get this unless you're a customizer. If you're a customizer, you know, you like to paint your figures, you like to alter them, sand them down, you know, do all this to make them into something else. I think this would be really good. It's better than buying an official Figuarts, which is like $100. This thing at the moment is only like $38 at the Salix store. So that's pretty good for customizers. However, for people like me, for people who just want to buy a figure, put it in a pose, and just put it on your shelf or display, personally, I just cannot recommend this at all. This figure is just really has a lot of problems. Not only did I not get all the accessories, but the plastic is really rough and scuffed. You know, you got the paint that is just terrible with quality control. It's just not worth it at $38 at all. I don't know, like if you really want to get this figure regardless, I say at the very least add it to your wish list, and maybe, you know, when it goes on sale, then buy it. Because this figure is just not worth it at all. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The figure is technically good, you know, from an articulation standpoint, that's pretty good. But it's just everything else that just brings it down, and I just cannot recommend buying this figure. Alright guys, and now it's time for the size comparison, and here he is next to my Snail Shell Zombie Grizza and Marvel Legends Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man. And here he is next to my Jedi Toy Street Fighter Cammy and Guile. And here he is next to my amazing Yamaguchi Harley Quinn and Joker. And lastly, here he is next to my official Android 21 and my third-party Xeno Goku. Anyway guys, as I mentioned earlier, Mustang Toyz did confirm that they were actually switching to a different factory for the KO of the Gamerverse Spider-Man. Now, I have no idea how much of a difference that's gonna make. We're just gonna have to wait and see. But hopefully, let's just hope that that figure turns out to be a lot better than the Cyclops, because this figure is a bit disappointing. Honestly, unless you're a customizer, I just don't recommend you get this figure. But yeah, if you guys want to see the review for the Gamerverse Spider-Man, then please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time. Later.